Okay, it's week 3 of me completing and ranking every beginner's Python tutorial on the internet. We are... Oh, look at that. Hang on. Which hand is this? There we go. We're still pressing on with haste. However, today my patience and energy is just at a natural low. So I'm going to try and do this in one take. Might be a bit shorter. And that will be that. Let's get into it. Okay, we're recording this from the top for a second time because my fat head was over the middle of the screen and you couldn't see any of the footage. So a quick recap of what we're doing is I did all of 30 seconds of Googling and I found these Python courses that are recommended for beginners, and I'm going to do them all and rank them because when I went to learn I couldn't find a tier list or which ones were sort of worthwhile doing. So that's why I'm doing it. So last week we left it that I just finished modules and packages, and I did this really cool merge sorts using the term really cool very loosely there, and explained that, which I was really happy I actually managed to get to the end, and perhaps that sort of sucked quite a lot of energy out. So since then, in this week, we've done these, what looks like 5 things. Input and output, I'd bring this back to a course critique in that I'd love to see this after Hello World, in the sense you can then say, put in your name, so it can receive an input, Ethelston, and then you can say, hello, Ethelston. I feel like that follows really nicely, and then you can use inputs to populate all your, diaries and lists and strings, blah, 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 in the future, and it just makes it so much more interactive if you can input it. So for me, again, bad structuring. Coding for kids. This was really good fun for lesson 1, and I actually recorded the best one, which was pushing objects, which looks like it's already saved. So the thing with coding for kids is you can only have 10 goes per day, and then it makes you make an account, and you can sort of see this code if it lets me show it off. Here we go. So you can sort of see this code, and you're not really learning anything. What you're doing is counting steps and turns. Maybe for a child this is mind-bending stuff, but for me it just felt like it was counting, and it felt like a robotics course. I didn't feel like I was learning Python per se. So right at the end you've got this bigger level, and the idea is you collect these twigs. You're going to have to push this rock out of the way, build a bridge here, walk over it, push a rock out of the way sideways. It didn't feel like learning. It does look really, really fun maybe, and even for a kid I'm not sure this would be super entertaining. Anyway, so I skipped some of the coding for kids just for time efficiency. I did manage to do generators and list comprehensions, and those look like this. So the generators is, I figured out how to do a Fibonacci sequence. That, again, I was especially happy with. What is a generator, you ask? I don't know. Oh, it's a way of running through a list, and rather than running through the entirety of, a for loop, not a list, rather than running through all of it, you just do one iteration of it. So if you didn't want to, the analogy I came up with was, if you're a baker and you normally batch cookies in batches of 12. However, what a generator does is it allows you to just say, okay, I want the first cookie, don't do the recipe for all 12, which I can, in that analogy, I can see being powerful, in the sense that if you are running a sort of, say, just-in-time factory or something, and you say, okay, I don't want you to manufacture all these parts right now, I just want you to do the first one, and in the afternoon I might ask you for the second, but definitely don't make all 10 right now because we might not need 10 this week. So that's cool. List comprehensions as well, super easy, so there's no keyword for this one. It's a syntax, which is the square brackets, and then this, well, definitely a for loop, maybe an if statement, and these 3 variable names, so the n, or number, all need to be the same. So that is it for week 3. It was definitely a bit slow this week, and maybe I was getting a bit fatigued. This advanced stuff is genuinely advanced and really interesting, but you do need to pay more attention and give it more time. Next week looks like I'll be doing lambda functions, MFAs, regular expressions, which is a hilarious name when you think about it. Let's not go into that now. Sets, again, could be anything. Yeah, we'll keep on keeping on. Thanks for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.